Just give me a second. Not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, this is what I want. All right. So in this episode, in this episode, I'm going to be rebooking WCW 1992 Week 1. I'm gonna rebook Week 1 all the way to Week 10. And then I'm gonna jump right into 1993. So if you like videos like this, leave a like and subscribe. Videos uploaded weekly. Let's begin. Um, so in order for me to rebook this, I would need to maximize the elite roster talent and dominate the presence of the Dangerous Alliance. So the Dangerous Alliance members were Rick Rude, Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Steve Austin, Larry Zbyszko, and Medusa. So I would need to establish them as a systematic threat in WCW instead of winning matches. I would have them target and injure fan favorites like Sting, Ricky Steamboat, and Barry Windham to create heat. So here's my rebooking idea. I would have Rick Rude dominate a non title match against a young Marcus Alexander Bagwell. This would be a post match beatdown where Sting is handcuffed to the ring rope. As far as the world title goes, Lex Luger, he was absent during this period of time. I'm not sure why he was absent. It might have been because of an injury. I don't know. But by rebooking this, I would have him appear in a pre taped contractual obligation segment where he refuses to defend the title against Sting until Super Brawl 2, which actually happened, so there might have been a contract issue. That's why he was absent. I think that might have been it. So I would keep it the same. They would wrestle at Super Brawl 2, which really happened. This would fuel Luger leaving WCW temporarily. I would not release him from the company. And the reason why I would not release him from the company is because I wouldn't want Vince McMahon to grab him and pull him away from WCW. If I was a promoter, that's what I would do. I would not release him from the company. I would negotiate a new contract with him, and once signed, I would bring him back at the Great American Bash 92 for a rematch with Sting for the title. Luger would win his belt back with the help of Harley Race. This would boost Luger's confidence going forward. That's the way I would do it. This is something they should have done. You know, like kept them off TV, tried to negotiate a new deal um, that both sides agreed on, would agree on, and have him sign the contract. They should have never released him to begin with. So that's the way I would do it. So Steve Austin was a workhorse TV champion, so I would rebook his matches into longer 15-minute scientific draws against rivals like Ricky Steamboat or Ron Simmons. This would highlight his in-ring ability. So here is my rebooked card for week 1. I would rebook the main event and key segments for the WCW Power Hour. I would have Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton versus Ricky Steamboat and Dustin Rhodes. It would be a 20-minute match to establish the tag team division. For WCW Saturday night, I would have Sting and Ron Simmons versus Rick Rude and Cactus Jack. I would book this to further the Sting and Rick Rude U.S. title feud while keeping the world title in the background. For WCW Worldwide, I would have Steve Austin versus Ron Simmons for the TV title. It would be a high impact match where Austin narrowly escapes with his title with the help of Medusa. So now here's my idea for the Tokyo Dome. If I was a promoter, I would do this. So for the Tokyo Dome event, which was January 4th, 1992, I would use this event to elevate Jushin Thunder Liger as the premier light heavyweight champion after his victory over Flying Brian Pillman. I would have the Steiner brothers still have their match with the New Japan Pro Wrestling talent on weekly shows just to present WCW as a global powerhouse rather than just a regional promotion like Worldwide, Saturday night, the main event, those weekly shows I'm talking about. And that's it. So that's not much for me to say. So I'm done. That's the way I would do it. So there will be a part 2 of this, and that will be me rebooking WCW 1992 Week 2. And I'll post that at a later date. So I'm doing weeks 1 through 10 for each year. So if you liked what you heard on this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks.